10 millimeters, and the diastole is usually equal to the diastole of the upper limb. Yeah, please proceed.
Okay, can you see my slide, sir?
Yeah, yeah.
Good
Yeah,
evening,
Ashwini.
everyone. I'm Dr. Ashwini KR from Indira Gandhi Institute of Child Health. I'm presenting a case of 7-year-old female child hailing from Penukonda, Andhra Pradesh. Informant being mother who is reliable. She presented with chief complaints of bluish discoloration of lips, fingers and toes since 6 months of age and squatting episodes since 4 years of age. History of presenting complaints. The baby was apparently normal less than 6 months of age. At 6 months of age, mother noticed a bluish discoloration of lips and fingertips, which appeared when baby was crying and disappeared when the baby was calm and playful. This was static till 10 months of age. When mother noticed
Okay.
increase.
Before that, quickly, okay, Ashwini, this is a
Yes, sir.
6 months baby. You said bluish discoloration appeared when baby cried, disappeared when the child was calm and playful. What it indicates?
It indicates that when the child was crying, there was increasing shunting of blood from
No. What is your
shunting of.
impression?
So
Okay, I'll come to.
bluish discoloration of cyanosis at 6 months of age.
Yeah.
What does it favor by your pathophysiology? Again, we were discussing about the pathophysiology of a acyanotic condition. Again,
Yes, sir.
pathophysiology of cyanotic could be
Delayed presentation of cyanosis,
any VST with a right outflow tract obstruction.
tract obstruction.
This typically presents as at 6 months of age.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So is it a cyanotic spell, or for the others, is it a breath holding spell? Because you are written here, it appears when the baby cries and disappears when the child is calm. Whether it's a breath holding spell at this moment. Quickly, how do you differentiate between a breath holding spell and a cyanotic spell with this history, or only when this history is given? Ashwini, quickly, because your time is running short.
Uh,
The breath holding spell, same, no? 6 months baby, it will appear when the baby cries.
yes, sir. But
Yeah.
that will be associated with sudden stoppage of breathing, and
Yeah, that
the
is what
baby.
disappeared. Yeah, it's there according to our history. Cried. 4 or 5 points to say how do you differentiate between breath holding spell as well as cyanotic spell.
Breath holding spells will be preceded by episodes of excessive crying,
Yeah,
and
here
then
also
at the
cries.
height of crying, the
Yeah.
baby will hold its breath, and then it will go into cyanosis. Then, in case of cyanotic spell, there will be hyperapnea, sir. There will be no stoppage of respiration.
Okay, 2 or 3 points. You see, both can occur in this age group. 6 months of breath holding spell also can occur, as well as cyanotic spell also. Is it not? The
Yes, sir.
age group. But always the breath holding spell, the triggering factor will be something that baby wants. Okay, triggering factor.
Yes, sir.
And irritable baby, and it will, there will not be any cyanosis at the beginning. Cyanosis appears when the baby cries and breath held in expiration. And
Yes, sir.
cyanosis disappears when the child starts normal breathing. During this spell, there will be apnea, whereas in a
Apnea.
cyanotic spell, there is hyperapnea, you said. And in this breath holding spell, there will be apnea and there will be bradycardia if you examine the baby. Whereas in cyanotic spell, there will be tachycardia.
Tachycardia.
In cyanotic spell, already existing cyanosis becoming more, and it can be precipitated by any stress, even by feeding. Is it not?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, these are the important pointers. Go ahead, yes. 10 month, next.
Yes, sir. So gradually, these episodes of bluish discoloration increased along with hurried breathing while feeding and crying, which was relieved by holding the baby in caressing position with flexed limbs by the mother. It appeared with a frequency of 2 to 3 times per month. However, these episodes were not associated with convulsions or limpness in the baby. Gradually, by the age of 4 years, mother noticed squatting episodes adopted by the child. Child used to develop similar bluish discoloration of lips and fingertips with difficulty breathing while running around and playing. When child used to adopt squatting position for few minutes, which relieved the symptoms. No complaints of chest pain or palpitations were associated with these episodes. And recently, child has started avoiding activities requiring exertion like running and sports.
So why the squatting relieves the what is called baby's tiredness? That means what
Yes,
is
sir.
the mechanism of squatting?
Squatting. First mechanism is by squatting, there is increase in the systemic vascular resistance. This will reduce the shunting across the VSD. It will reduce the right to left shunting. So there will be reduced deoxygenated blood to the systemic circulation. Second thing is it will reduce the venous return to the heart. So there will be reduced deoxygenated blood coming to the right heart. So there will be increased oxygen blood, which will increase the O2 across the systemic circulation.
Yeah. So
And
the
third
idea
thing, it
is,
will also increase the intrathoracic pressure. So thereby reducing the systemic venous return.
Good. Proceed.
Okay, yeah. So mainly we have to improve the oxygenation and increase the pulmonary blood flow, the squatting episode. Fine. And no history of chest pain, you said, is it not? So which
Yes, sir.
cyanotic CHD will have chest pain? Quickly. This 7-year-old
Cyanotics
child, no?
is
Yeah,
with coronary artery abnormalities
very
or
good.
with
Yeah, yeah, enough.
hypertrophied
Yeah,
heart with reduced oxygen for the myocardium
yeah.
that can present with chest pain, sir.
So mainly for cyanotic CHD, alkappa, is it not? They can present
Yes,
like
sir.
angina-like presentation. Okay, yes. Next.
Negative history. There is no history of recurrent respiratory infections, puffiness of face or decreased urine output, and limb swelling. Recurrent respiratory infection was asked to rule out increased or decreased pulmonary blood flow. And the other two complaints were asked to rule out whether the child is in failure or not. And there is no history of fever to rule out infective endocarditis, pain abdomen, loss of consciousness, convulsions, focal neurological deficits to rule out any stroke or abscess, cerebral abscess, hemoptysis or chest pain.
Okay, fine. So after the examination, I'll come back to you. You are missed some important history. We'll go ahead because
Yes,
of the
sir.
want of time.
Yes,
Yes.
sir. There is no previous history of hospitalizations and there is no history of drug intake.
Yeah. Okay. Drug intake should be specified. Hospitalization. Okay. Next.
Family history. This baby is first born to second degree consanguineously married couple. She is born 8 years after marriage. She was conceived naturally. At the time of conception, mother was 26 years and father was 36 years old. And she has a younger sibling who is 4 years old and she is normal.
So no family history suggestive of
No, sir. No, there is
congenital
no
heart
family history
disease.
suggestive of cyanotic congenital heart disease.
Yeah, need not be cyanotic congenital heart disease. Any congenital heart disease. Okay. Right.
Birth history is normal. Antenatally, it was a booked case with um, no
Just give the
other
positive
diseases
points,
in.
Alok. Just give
Yeah.
the positive points.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Antenatal history and natal neonatal histories are normal. Dietary history, she's consuming a calorie of 1200 kilocalorie per day with protein of 14 gram per day. That comes to a deficit of 17 kilocalorie per day with a protein deficit of 5 gram per day.
Okay.
She is immunized as per national immunization schedule. Last, she was immunized at 5 years of age.
Okay.
Developmentally, she has attained all age-appropriate milestones. She is studying presently in second standard at Penukonda Government School. She is in par with peers in studies and socializes well with her peers. However, she avoids sports and activities that require exertion. However, she likes storytelling, coloring, and rhymes recitation. Socioeconomically, father is farmer by occupation and he has studied till 7th standard and income around 6,000 per month. They belong to lower class according to modified Kuppaswamy classification of 2020.
Okay. Yeah.
Summary of my case. Here is a 7-year-old female child, first born to second degree consanguineously married couple with normal birth history, apparently normal till 6 months of age, after which mother has noticed bluish discoloration of lips and fingertips while crying and feeding, static till 10 months of age, after which there were recurrent episodes of increasing bluishness associated with hurried breathing, preceded by crying. Over the years, these episodes have been replaced by adoption of squatting position by the child. There is no history of recurrent respiratory infections, swelling of face or limbs. So at the end of history taking, my impression is probably this child has a cyanotic congenital heart disease with history of cyanotic spells and squatting episodes.
Yeah. So most probably, which are the cyanotic CAG you are thinking? In history level, what are the
Yes.
cyanotic congenital heart disease we can think of so that we can proceed with the examination?
So most common cyanotic congenital heart disease is tetralogy of Fallot. So that is
Okay.
the first differential diagnosis.
Okay. Good. Next.
Uh, Other cyanotic diseases usually present in the early in the neonatal period, sir.
So only tetralogy will present late, is it? Remaining all present in the
So
female.
what kind of cyanotic heart disease present at birth? What presents at after a lag period of 3 to 6 months? What presents very late after 2 years?
A cyanotic form of TOF presents late, sir.
Okay.
Cyanotic TOF with a severe pulmonary stenosis usually presents at
We will
birth.
just talk about typical TOF and typical conditions which can present at birth with cyanosis.
At birth, a neonate presenting with cyanosis is transposition of great arteries, truncus arteriosus, TAPVCs, and severe TOF with pulmonary atresia or pulmonary atresia with intact ventricular septum, or any complex CHD with pulmonary stenosis.
Truncus, you already told. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What presents very late after 2 years?
A cyanotic form of TOF can present late.
In cyanotic.
Typically, when you have the pathophysiology, it can be a mixing lesion. Mixing at the level of atrium will be a single atrium. Mixing at the level of ventricle will be a single ventricle. Mixing at the level of great arteries will be a truncus.
Yes,
Or
sir.
a transposition physiology where a right-sided structure comes from a left-sided ventricle and a left-sided artery comes from the right-sided ventricle. Typical TGS,
Yes.
transposition. So these conditions presents at birth.
Yes,
Those
sir.
conditions wherein you have a shunt at the ventricular level and a right ventricular outflow tract
Outflow
in form of a muscle bundle or a pulmonary stenosis is going to present at 3 months of age. So what are the conditions? A BST with the RVOTO. So typically TOF. Other
TOF.
commonest would be DORV with PS.
Yes.
Tricuspid atresia with PS. Single ventricle with PS. So these conditions present a little late, 3 to 6 months. And those which can present really late after 2 years of age will be a large shunt with a Eisenmenger.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so these are the 3 groups of cyanotic heart disease which presents at different times of period.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, to connect it with this, you brought out an important point, a cyanotic heart disease with probably decreased pulmonary blood flow. So when you classify the cyanotic heart disease, we say whether it is increased pulmonary blood flow or decreased pulmonary blood flow. Names condition which will have a decreased pulmonary blood flow and increased pulmonary blood flow. Quickly.
Increased pulmonary blood flow with cyanosis, it is seen in transposition of great arteries, truncus arteriosus, and TAPVR. And reduced pulmonary blood flow is seen in tetralogy of Fallot, pulmonary atresia with intact intraventricular septum, tricuspid atresia, a TGA with pulmonary stenosis, or a DORV with pulmonary stenosis.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So Fallows and Fallows-like physiology, one group. tricuspid atresia, they will have a decrease in the pulmonary blood flow. As you rightly said, increased pulmonary blood flow means transmission grade versus without any pulmonary stenosis, is it
Without
not?
any obstruction.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
obstruction, and of course TAPVC and truncus. This is a common cyanotic heart disease which can have an increased pulmonary blood flow. So keeping this in mind, then we will go ahead with an examination.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
On general physical examination, vitals were normal, sir, with the roommate saturation being 82% and saturation not improving even with oxygen supplementation.
This is typically what we discussed in the previous case. It doesn't
Yeah.
improve with the oxygen in a cardiac cause.
Yeah.
When it's going to be respiratory cause, it's going to improve. If
Yes,
it's due to Eisenmenger or I mean pulmonary vascular resistance, it's slowly going to improve.
That's
Yes,
what some
sir.
centers recommend after 24 hours of birth, a newborn screening for cyanotic congenital heart disease by doing hyperoxia test. Okay. Yeah.
yes, sir.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
On anthropometry, height of the child is 110 centimeter. That falls between 3rd to 10th percentile. Weight 15 kg, less than 3rd percentile. BMI 12.40 kg per meter square. Falls between 5th to 10th percentile. Head circumference is appropriate for age, and upper segment lower segment ratio is appropriate for age. Inference from anthropometry is the child is underweight.
You have the photo again, just like last.
Yes, sir. I have next.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
On head to
Maybe a
toe
full,
examination.
full face should be useful.
No, sir. I don't have a full photo, sir.
Okay, okay.
On head-to-toe examination, the child had central cyanosis as shown in the photo, and she had a plethoric conjunctiva, and she had grade 3 clubbing in both upper and lower limbs.
So what is the commonest syndrome you associate with the TOF?
Down syndrome.
Downs is not, which is seen in maybe 15 to 20% of the TOF.
Syndromes associated with TOF.
Commonest, not the syndromes. Syndromes, you can just rattle off any number of syndromes. So what is the commonest syndrome? So it's going to be catch-22. Microdeletion of
22q
Q.
chromosome.
Oh yeah, okay. So that is the commonest syndrome, which can occur in nearly 15 to 20%. So
Yes,
this percentage can increase with your degree of, more the degree of RVOTO, right ventricular outflow tract obstruction, more is going to be the incidence. And in case of pulmonary atresia, which is an extreme form, it can be up to 40 to 45% of pulmonary atresia. TOF with pulmonary atresia may be a catch-22. So this is the commonest syndrome, which should never be forgotten.
Another syndrome will be a DiGeorge syndrome. So can be associated with TOF.
DiGeorge is same as catch-22. Same syndrome as DiGeorge.
Yeah.
It's the same microdeletion of part of the 22nd chromosome. Yes. So we have various synonyms. Okay, next.
On examination, there was no anemia, there is no pedal edema, there was no raised JVP, and there were no syndromic features.
Yeah.
On systemic examination.
Features, and as we discussed in the previous case, especially when the child is 7-year-old comes with a history of fever, you have to look for evidence of infective endocarditis.
Endocarditis.
Okay. And before going to the systemic examination, just for the other pages, what are the causes of differential cyanosis? You have heard about differential cyanosis? That means upper limb will be pink, lower limb will be blue.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, which condition we get? Similarly, one condition, okay, yes.
Yeah, someone has
Fatima has answered, right? Yeah.
With the so where do you get the opposite of
that
differential
is
cyanosis?
Reverse differential cyanosis. Yeah, reverse. That is upper limb is blue, lower limb is pink. Quickly. Fatima, somebody is chatting. Yeah. Okay. Transposition of great vessels with coax.
With
Yeah,
with
plus or minus.
PDA, with severe
Yeah.
pulmonary hypertension.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next.
So to have a differential cyanosis, you need to have what? What is the essential lesion you need to have?
PDAs.
Yeah, PDA.
Good.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Next.
Coming to systemic examination, cardiovascular system. On inspection, trachea appears normal.
And general physical examination, something else you could have done because your findings are a little different here. That's why I'm asking you. Okay, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead. I'll tell you.
Cardiovascular system. On inspection, trachea appears central. There is a precordial bulge, which is more on the right side, and there are epigastric pulsations. And the apical impulse was noted on right sixth intercostal space. On
So how did
palpation,
you palpate the apex?
sir.
How did you palpate the apex?
First by placing the hand over the precordium,
Which
and
side?
on the right, like because apical impulse was noted on the right side.
So you always place both your hands one just like this. You're able to see me?
Both the hands, left hand over the left
And right.
chest, right hand over
Yes,
the
sir.
right chest, like that.
Okay, then
Yes,
you pick up the apex, whether it's going to be a levocardia or a dextrocardia.
dextrocardia.
When you are just going to do like this, looking for the left heart, I mean left levocardia, you are going to miss a dextrocardia. So
Dextrocardia.
first palpation is simultaneous both side palpation. Okay,
Yes, sir.
next. Okay, proceed.
Apex pit was present on the right sixth intercostal space, 2 centimeter lateral to the mid-axillary line, and there was a thrill present on the right second sternal border,
It's
intercostal space.
too long. It's a mid-clavicular line or mid-axillary line, Ashwini. Mid-axillary is too long, no? Apical impulse.
Mid-clavicular lines. That's
Must
a
be
mistake, sir.
mid-clavicular line. Okay.
Yes, sir. It's
Yeah.
a mistake, sir. Mid-clavicular line.
Okay. Right.
And on
Fine.
auscultation, S1 and S2 were heard on the right hemithorax. Grade 3 ejection systolic murmur, which was best heard at the right second intercostal space, was seen, and there was no radiation.
Okay, always when you go by S1, S2, say S1 is normally heard loud, and more importance is given to S2, whether
S2.
single, loud.
Yes, sir.
What do you
S2 was
expect?
single and it was soft, sir.
It was soft.
Yes, sir.
So what do you expect when it's soft?
It indicates there is a pulmonary stenosis, sir.
What happens to the aortic component? Won't that be heard?
Aortic component will be heard, sir. The pulmonary component will not be heard because the only aortic.
What is the typical S2 in a typical TOF?
In a typical TOF, there will be a single second heart sound, which will be soft.
Soft? Any other participants?
In typical TOF, is it
What is the S2?
valvular pulmonary stenosis or anything else will be associated? Mainly infundibular stenosis, no, Ashwini?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Late.
So in a typical TOF, S2 is single and loud, and the single component is due to
Aortic.
P2 is not heard. Loud component
Yes,
is due to
A2.
Anterior A2, which is because aorta is more anterior and more closer to the chest wall. So typically it's not soft. It's single and loud. You have a reason for that to be single. You have a reason for that to be loud also.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
next.
sir.
Okay.
On para-abdominal examination,
You
liver
always
was
mention about any other murmurs. You just mentioned about systolic murmur. Any other murmur you give importance to, typically in a TOF. you look for continuous murmur elsewhere, at the axilla, at the back, interscapular area. Why? TOF is usually associated with the collateral. So you need to pick up a collateral. Okay,
Yes,
next.
sir. On parabdominal examination, liver was palpable in the left hypochondriac region, 1 centimeter below the left costal margin, with a span of 5 centimeter. There was no splenomegaly. Respiratory system examination was normal. Central nervous system examination was normal.
How do you see a splenomegaly? Minimal spleen.
If the spleen is palpable, it is enlarged, sir.
No.
The
That's
specific
okay. Sir is
posture you
asking.
adopt. In a situs solitus, how do you see a minimal spleen? So you insinuate your
Palpating from the right iliac
which
fossa
posture
obliquely to
which posture do you go? Is it in supine, left lateral, right lateral?
right lateral, sir.
Oh, okay. In a situs solitus, here it's going to be left lateral.
Lateral.
And you insinuate your finger and press from the lower ribs.
Yes, sir.
You try to press the spleen and try to palpate from the other side. This procedure, this maneuver is called Dock's maneuver. Okay.
That's important here
Yes.
because you said no splenomegaly means we think could be asplenia syndrome, heterotaxia when there is a this thing dextrocardia and no spleen means we
Yes,
have to
sir.
think of whether it is a isomerization, whether right or left isomerization, where there
Right
is
or left.
asplenia or polysplenia syndrome. So you should
Polysplenia.
be very careful,
Yes,
as sir is rightly pointed out, to comment on the spleen. Okay.
yes,
So,
sir.
right. Hmm.
Okay, next.
Yeah.
By the end of examination, summary goes cyanotic congenital heart disease with decreased pulmonary blood flow without complications, not in failure, in sinus rhythm with underweight, with situs inversus with dextrocardia, probable TOF.
Yeah, here only I wanted to ask you because in history and examination you missed something. Why not it is called cartaginous syndrome? No, sir, part of cartaginous syndrome. Situs inversus dextrocardia. One thing is missing. That's what you should ask in the history and examination. No, Ashwini.
Yes, sir. Carter-Jenner syndrome.
Yeah.
They will have ciliary dysmotility.
Yeah. So,
They will have recurrent respiratory infections.
correct. So you should ask for recurrent respiratory infection, recurrent otitis media in the early stage, is it not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, and on examination, look for any evidence of sinus tenderness, polyp, nose, like that. Okay,
Yes, sir.
just for completion's sake, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay.
Investigations.
No. Before that, yeah, probably top. As sir is asking, already told you, top like physiology, is it not?
Trough-like physiology.
Yeah, so other details should come here.
Anything with the VST and the outflow tract obstruction is a top physiology.
Yes, sir.
So here comes the DBORV with PS, single ventricle with PS, tricuspid atresia with PS.
Transmission
Yes,
of
sir.
great results, VSD with PS, is it not? So like that.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Fine. I think, yeah. Yeah, go
I'll
ahead
move.
with the investigations, what you have.
Blood investigation showed a hemoglobin of 24 gram per dl with hematocrit of 75, indicating polycythemia, with a total count of 7,800, with a differential count of 55 neutrophil and 30 lymphocyte, with platelet of 1.25 lakh.
Okay.
So what is the inference here?
Inference, yeah.
The child is having polycythemia, sir.
So what? How you're going to change your management here? Was there any clinical features of hyperviscosity? Headache?
No, sir.
Okay.
Like thrombosis. No, no, sir. There was no history of headache or pain abdomen or joint pains.
Okay.
Yes.
Any other specific feature here? Platelets are on the lower side.
Thrombocytopenia. Yes,
Thrombus.
sir.
Yeah, proceed. So you correct these before.
Taking the child for surgery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That,
Yeah.
next.
Next.
Chest X-ray showed dextrocardia
Next
with
slide, Ashwini. Yeah.
chest X-ray, sir.
Yeah.
Chest X-ray showing dextrocardia, situs inversus with fundus gas shadow, which is seen on the right side, with oligemic lung fields.
Yeah. Typically, how do you describe the top heart?
Boot-shaped heart, sir.
What do you mean by
Core and
both?
sabot.
Yeah. What do you mean by that? That's what I wanted.
The right ventricular hypertrophy, which
Okay.
because of which the apex is lifted up, sir,
Is it lifted
making
up
an
here?
acute angle.
Here it is not lifted up. No,
Yes, sir.
it's not acute.
Yes, sir.
Is it not? Next. So
Dr.
there should
Prahalad,
be. Yes, sir. Over, sir. 2 minutes.
you take another 5 minutes or 7 minutes. No
So
problem.
kind of you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Because people will get benefited. No, that's right.
Yeah, when sir comes, sir will add colorful to our presentations. Thank you so much, sir, coming in.
Okay. Dr. Gnana
Yes.
Sambandha also will take another 5
Yeah.
to 7 minutes. No problem.
yes, sir,
Yes,
sure.
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
ECG of this child showed inverted P waves in lead 1 and upright P waves in lead AVF. And there was non-progression of QRS complexes from V1 to V6.
Okay, what is the typical ECG in a TOF? And what is the ECG modification you do in this condition? Is there
Sir, there will
anything?
be a right axis deviation because of the right ventricular hypertrophy.
Any modification you do while taking an ECG in a dextrocardia with situs inversus?
This ECG was taken by placing normally, sir.
So what do you do
Normal.
to read that ECG as a normal ECG? To read that ECG as a TOF ECG, what do you do? In any cardiac malposition. When there is a dextrocardia, you reverse the lead. Right upper limb, you keep the left upper limb lead, and the left upper limb, you keep the right upper limb lead in any dextrocardia. And when you have a situs abdominis inversus abdominis, what do? You reverse the lead. When you have the situs inversus of the heart, like dextrocardia,
yes, sir.
what do? You take the right-sided lead instead of taking the left-sided lead. So you read the new ECG with a changed position as a typical ECG in a typical TOF.
Okay, sir.
I think voice is being echoed. Yeah.
Not from my laptop, sir.
Yeah, fine. Okay. So based on your situs of the abdomen and situs of the heart, you change the lead position and read it as a typical ECG.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. What is the typical finding in a typical TOF with the situs solitus and a levocardia?
It will have a right axis deviation, sir.
Any number of cardiac lesion will have a right axis deviation. The typical change will be a rapid progression from the lead 1 to V1 to V2.
Yes, sir.
So what is supposed to be a tall R in V1 suddenly becomes a predominantly negative S in V2. This is called rapid progression of R wave, which is typical for a TOF. Okay, next. Next.
Yes, sir. Echocardiography in this child showed as we can see, a spleen on the right side and liver on the left side, with aorta being on the right side and IVC on the left side in the images. Uh, uh, 2D echo showing situs inversus dextrocardia with 8 mm high ASD, indicating pentology of Fallot with large subbiotic VST, more than 50% overriding of aorta, infundibular plus valvular pulmonary stenosis, and right ventricular hypertrophy.
So what it says, pentology. Yeah.
Is the pentology of Fallot.
And one technical aspect is when you have a overriding of more than 50%, it's going to fit into a diagnosis of DORV.
DORV, yeah.
Okay, when one great artery is from one ventricle and more than 50% of the other great artery is from the same ventricle, it goes into DORV. So it
Yes,
should
sir.
be less than 50%. Okay, proceed.
Diagnosis after history examination and investigation. Cyanotic congenital heart disease, Fallot serpentology with situs inversus in sinus rhythm with underweight.
Yeah. So what is the treatment you're going to offer for this child, and what precautions you have to take before subjecting this child for surgery?
You either add situs inversus with dextrocardia or say situs inversus totalis.
Totalis.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. What precautions you're going to take before subjecting this child for surgery, Ashwini?
We have to treat the polycythemia, sir.
Okay, one. Specifically, I'm asking you, if this child needs surgical correction, is it not?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we are not planning to do a palliative surgery here, corrective surgery. So
Yes,
before
sir.
doing corrective surgery, what precautions you have to take? The cardiologist or cardiothoracic surgeon will going to take what precautions? That means what is the other associated anomaly you're going to see in a TOF apart from this
A coronary
pentology?
artery
Is
anomaly
it
will be
not?
seen.
Yeah, that should be looked for. Nearly 5 to 10%. There could be aberrant coronary artery origin in a TOF, where they're going to put an incision and chances of injuring the coronary artery will be there.
Yes,
That's
sir.
the precautions you're going to take. Fine. Okay. So management of cyanotic spell is required. And why the children less than 2 years are more prone for thromboembolism? Why the children with TOF more than 2 years are more prone for brain abscess? These are all you should read out. Anything, sir?
Yes, sir.
Dr. Jnana Sambandam,
Yeah,
sir?
anything like management, you go from general management and specific management.
Yes, sir.
So general management will include all your correction of anemia, correction of polycythemia, and general will be either palliation or total correction.
Definitive surgery.
Okay. You just classify that way so that you can cover all aspects. Okay.
Okay, sir. Dr. Ganesh, sir.
Yes, sir.
Chat box, anything is there? Dr. Jnana Sambandam, sir, will take the questions quickly.
Collaterals.
Thank you, Dr. Ashwini, for the nice presentation. Dr. Monica also. Yeah. Dr. Ganesh, sir, anything
Yes, sir.
apart from we are not covered in
I
the
think-
chat box, we are not able to see.
I think most of them has been covered, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Including all the DDs have also been covered.
Okay, sir.
I think there are no more questions. Probably we can close the session.
Dr. Major Nagaraj, sir, thank you so much for giving this opportunity, sir. It's a wonderful VG South Zone Conference or CME program we are attended, sir. I'm attending from day one onwards. It's a wonderful, beautiful, and well organized. And hearty congrats, sir, for you and the organizing team. Dr. Ganesh, sir, thank you so much. And Dr. Sridevi, madam, is joined with us. Dr. Dharani also. Dr. Jnana Sambandam, sir, thank you so much for
Thank you,
the
sir.
wonderful
Thank you, sir.
discussion, sir.
Probably
I had
the time was
pleasure
a
of,
big constraint.
yes.
We could have
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
just stuck on to one case for 2
One
hours.
case, yeah.
Maybe.
I think
Correct, sir.
very
Since
very
it's
well
a-
managed. Sir. I think people are get benefited. The idea is that 2 cases is that they must expose
Yes,
to
sir.
cyanotic heart
Yes.
disease also. That is the idea.
Yeah.
I think
Yes.
you have taken much
Yes, sir.
time on cyanotic. That is happened. Okay, it's happened sometimes. It's not a problem.
Yes,
Both
sir.
have done
Yes,
very
sir.
well, and both the students have done very well. I think that's the only very
Very
important
well,
thing
yeah.
I have to tell. And both of you known to me so many. I think 2.5 decades. I know both of you. I think
Yes, sir.
Prahlad,
Yes,
I
sir.
know very
Yes,
well
sir.
for
Yes,
so
sir.
many years and all. And this PG
Sir is so young looking like that only, sir.
you are
Yes,
looking.
sir.
I'm losing the hair only
Oh,
because of
but
renal
your
transplant medicines.
secret of young looking.
Yes, yes, yes. And thank you very much for
Yes,
this
sir.
thing. And Doctor, where is our president? Is there? Or he has got some work, he told me. Yeah,
President of-
sorry. He has gone. And Annamalai Vijayaragan will tell about something. Anything, Ganesh, you want to bring?
Well,
Thank you very much, sir.
well,
Thank you, Dr. Prahlad, sir, and Dr. Gnana Sambandhan, sir. Nice to meet you
Thank you,
all.
sir.
Nice discussion we had.
Nice, sir. Nice, sir. Discussion.
Another
you
2
very
days. At a long program, another 2 days left. I think we are
Yes,
all
sir.
waiting. Tomorrow is a very
Yes.
difficult
We
day for
have
me.
two different
I have to visit four states tomorrow.
Oh goodness, nodal officer.
Morning
Yeah.
Hyderabad, afternoon Lucknow, and I will come to your Karnataka tomorrow and then come to back to Chennai. I think that
Oh,
will
very
be
nice, sir. Yes, sir. You welcome and
Okay.
take all COVID
Uh,
precautions,
CAD
sir.
module is there. No, I'm not coming. Only through this way only.
Online.
Online
Okay,
only.
okay.
Here we will come.
Yeah, yeah.
Otherwise, okay.
Okay.
Everything okay. Very nice of you, all of you, and very
Thanks
good.
a lot.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you, all of you.
I think Archana is might be waiting to close IAP. I think that's the only thing. I think
Thank
there
you,
are
sir.
6
Once
new
again,
messages has come.
Big round of applause for you, sir. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
only thing is that cyanotic management might have discussed. That's very good. Actually, PGs, that's missing. I think that's the only thing I was gone through. I was hearing you. That's okay.
Yes, sir.
Whenever time permits, we can able to do it. That's, I think there is one question. Thrombocytopenia occurs in TOA. Is that discussed? Why does thrombocytopenia occurs in TOA?
It's again a multifactorial only, more of theory.
I think
It's right
somebody
from
has
the
put just
production.
now.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we'll close the thing, sir. Okay,
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Devi,
sir.
you
Thank
want
you
to
so
tell
much, sir.
anything?
Big round of
thank you,
applause.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you very
So
much
nice
for
of
the
you.
very
Thank you,
excellent
Dr.
session.
Ganesh, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
sir.
sir.
Thank
Thank
you
you, all
very
of you,
much.
sir.
Okay, bye,
We
bye.
had a wonderful time meeting you